Alright, hello all you crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite, and welcome back to Harvest December. We've just arrived on an island, and hopefully this will be a little bit more, less nauseating for Masaki. Naomi Ichimonji. Ichimonji. Oh cool, I got it right on the first try, I think. That was the first thing she said to us, as soon as we docked. Who are you? Waited. Aren't you going to tell us more about yourself? Oh, Nao-chan, you're here. Tomoni. We looked towards the new voice. A girl around my age was running down the stone stairs. Relations? Oh, I see this is going to be fan service chapter. Oh, you're her father's probably. Wait, who are you? Yuki took a step forward. The girl named Naomi stared back with a look that rivaled Yuki's expressionless face. Very funny. Understanding. I think we will get along just fine. Agreed. The two shook hands firmly. It looks like you've reached some sort of understanding. Is this what we call interracial communication? More like first contact. It did look pretty alien. Takaki! A man following Tomoni called out. Moto! It had been years since I heard my dad shout. They both looked extremely— That is the name of that guy who wrote that one book Masaki was reading in the last chapter, isn't it? Anyway, they both looked extremely pleased to see each other. And there was probably another reunion happening at the side. You really came back! I didn't think you'd come either. I thought you'd rather watch the horse races at home on air now, Mai. Of course not. Well, how was the fourth race? Who won? Mai Shiro told her sister of the results. The two Shiros began to despair in exactly the same way. I was sure they were going to live on eggs and rice for the next month or two. Group photo! Tomoni whipped out her digital camera. Everybody took their positions obediently, so I joined the line. Yeah, baby, okay, nice. Come on, you 2-3, smile, give it to me. Do you need me to take my clothes off? I'm just saying what the photographers say. I had a feeling her experience with photographers was quite limited, but I held my tongue. But really, you two boys, you're on vacation, why do you look so glum? That's because... Yes, Masaki, think of this as our honeymoon. Let's not even go there right now. Yuki was on our right. I'll be good and leave that comment alone this time. Shiro was on my left. It's hot, I've dressed accordingly. Are you interested in what I'm wearing under this, Masaki? Ao was standing behind me. And then... Kohai, why are you looking tired already? It's a holiday, cheer up. Sune was on Kohai's right. Ignore her. You don't need any bird-brained person telling you what to do. Mayuri was on his left. And... While those two bicker, I'm going to seduce Kohai-senpai with the swimwear I'm wearing underneath. Go, mission, sexy Sakura! Sakura was striking a pose in front of him. Both Kohai and I raised our eyes to the heavens, looked down, and sighed. Oh well, never mind. Tomoni clicked her camera. I wanted to see the results of that picture, come on. I'll take my leave now. Today, it's the local horse races. That was enough reason for all the Shiro sisters to abandon us all. They both waved and left eagerly, ignoring Naomi's protests. Damnation! In the short period of time we got to know Naomi, we could tell she was somebody that liked being in charge. Responsibility. Could you speak in full sentences, please? Kohai said what I was thinking out loud. Nao-chan's family has been running this island for a very long time. I wondered if Ichimonji family was similar to the Towadas and Tagami, as I looked at Yuki, who was still attached to my right arm. They expressed interest in retrieving lost culture, and they sponsored dads in my research here. Without them, we'd be wandering the streets. You say that so proudly, I commented as she puffed her chest out. The possibility of their wandering the streets didn't impress me, but it was an impressive sight when she jutted her chest out. Yuki pinched on my arm. Ow! Why did you pinch me like that? Where were you looking? Nowhere. I tried feigning innocence. Yuki pouted, unconvinced. Hey! After a while, Kohai whispered and beckoned me towards him. I quickly walked up behind him so he could speak in private. Pretty amazing, huh? What is? Tomomi-chan. Tomomi was walking with Dad, animatedly discussing her own theories. Dad was listening patiently like a teacher who would to a student. Big and firm. I tilted my head in question. I didn't get what he meant. Look, it's a miracle they defy gravity. It beats the local diet. Sune's already They aren't saggy! Sune's iron claw attacked him. Her fingers dug into his skull in the usual drill. Good jobs, guys. We were just having a guy talk. That's called perv talk, you idiot. I'm writing that down for a video title. Should I? That's a little questionable. I don't know if I want to go there with my video titles. I'm gonna leave that alone. Mizuho sighed. Masaki-kun, why are you listening to anything Kohai said? No, I believe I may have a case for short-term amnesia. Good, I'll spare your life. I was sure she meant it. Naomi-san, you're very young for someone in charge of an island. Oh, that Mashiro came along too. Mashiro was showing interest in her. Age is irrelevant. Wow, that's rare. Naomi-chan's actually speaking in sentences. Apparently it was unusual for Naomi to use more than a word at a time. Impressive that you know about oppression such a... Impressive that you know about oppression at such a young age. You understand with time, a strong will leads to progression, and it appears that you've been... Words. They're like jumping off the page and going and doing their own thing, and I can't read them. Tomomi looked stunned. To people that didn't know Mashiro well, it might have sounded extreme. Ugh. My eyes. I haven't even been reading that long too, just under an hour today. But don't you think you are a bit direct for someone that needs to control others? This is my style. I suppose her directness reminds me of somebody you know. Yes, it does. Why do I feel like I've just been insulted? Says Yuki. How do we walk through this? Straight. The street was littered with wood and stuff. Naomi walked straight ahead, stepping over whatever was in her way. This is... for the preparations of the first half of the festival. The Rokushiki festival is in two parts. The first is like any other summer festival, which you see the material set up in the stalls lying around here. The second part is where the actual ritual where the women fight. Professor Konno, I wanted to explain. Why is it in two parts? Aha, good question, young man. I think we're the same age. I think it's important to pretend I'm older when I'm teaching. Please enlighten us with your knowledge. I decided to go along with it. It's in two parts because they represent different things. She turned towards me as if she expected me to evaluate. Dad often did the same thing too when we had our discussions. The first part is a festival for the people. The second part is for the gods. You could say the first part is similar to Thanksgiving, and the second part is a holy ritual. She smiled, satisfied with my answer. The Rokushiki festival was originally all about the actual fight, but everybody else wasn't going to fight, wanted to enjoy the festivities too, and so the first part of the festival was born. That's not the answer to my question, I said almost immediately. Why? I think it's a good reason enough. My question was the reason for the reason. You make me feel like I'm speaking to Professor Konno. The reason? Can you guess? If you say the word reason one more time, I'm throwing my 3DS out the window. Most of the people weren't chosen for the fight. The first half was for the people that weren't included. I said what I was thinking instead. You're Tagami-san, right? Ao of Tagami. Ao poked her wolf ears out of her hair just enough to see Tomomi, just enough so only Tomomi could see. What kind of party are you people? Ao and I said simply shrugged. We couldn't be bothered to explain. You people, really, always questioning things. How about simply relaxing and enjoying the stroll? Cool. They're going to have the what? Temporary stalls. So why don't you just say temporary stalls? I guess they wanted to include the vocabulary words anywhere they could. Like, it makes sense when they talk about, like, locations and stuff, but... never mind. Anyway, back. It's been so long since I've been to a summer festival. You're always helping Yumi-san whenever there's one. Yeah, so, do you want to go with me? I wouldn't go with anyone else. Yeah? Yeah. Why are you still touching your hair like that? Don't you wash it properly? I wash my hair every day, unlike you. Kohai, why do you always have to say something to break the magic? Agent Sakura, you ready to scour the grounds for our missions to make an eat all, drink all map? Uh-oh. Yes, sir. But the truth is, I don't really care about the food stalls, and I'm more interested in finding secluded spots where I can lure Kohai-senpai in ambush. Forget I said that. Don't you think you can half-ass this important mission? Concentrate. Drop 10. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. 1, 2, 3. They were in a world of their own. Ready? What is? Yukata. Casual summer kimono often made of light material. You've prepared them for us? Naomi nodded. Her body language said more than her words. Marino-senpai, that's unfair of you to steal while I'm not looking. I didn't steal anything, I just made a reservation. It was a dirty move by somebody too chicken to ask him up front. Grrrr! Are you two fighting again? Can't you all just get along? It all happened at once. Sune, Mayuri, and Saka's expressions all turned murderous. What? Kohai, I can't believe you just said that. You're the worst. How insensitive can you get? Senpai, you're formidable, figuratively speaking. What are you all going on about? I'm not really sure why I'm apologizing, but sorry, I'm sorry. Weakling, Naomi muttered. Naomi-chan! The pattering of footsteps. Avoid. Naomi stepped aside. A blurry obstacle moving at the speed of a bullet went past her. Huh? And came right at me. Oof. I managed to keep standing only because the girl that jumped on me was really light. Counter hug! Wait, this is too soft. You're not Naomi-chan. Hello. I said politely to the girl hanging off my chest. You're kinda cushiony. That's kinda hurtful to a boy's feelings. Wait a minute, that would mean I'm muscular for a girl. Seems like Naomi was just as hurt. Enough to speak 2 full sentences. Actually, it feels really good to get hugged by a stranger once in a while, doesn't it? Shh, don't ask me that, you'll get me in trouble. So Masaki, you agree with her, do you? See, I told you. I dreaded what would come later. Pass. I peeled the little girl off me and lifted her towards Naomi. Hey, what are you doing? Come. Naomi stretched out her arms. The girl wrapped her arms and legs around them quickly. The girl wrapped her arms and legs around them and quickly climbed over her as if she was used to it. Or maybe she was just exceptionally agile. No! Let go of Naomi now. She'll get tired. A boy around our age chastised her. No, I don't wanna. She still owes me lots of hugs. The boy was slowly out of breath after running after her. Kiyoharu, educate. I'm not her keeper. Oh, these are our guests. The boy named Kiyoharu noticed us and turned our way. He looked at me, then Kohai. I see. Then he looked around the girls, studying our situation. It must be hard. You understand? You understand! Double exclamation point. We bonded at that moment. He was now a friend for life. What was that supposed to mean? All the girls began to protest, but we ignored them. Sorry to interrupt you all, but how long are we going to continue this tour? Shiro asked. We were just about to talk about how much abuse we had gone through with our newfound friend. Huh? Aren't we here to have fun? Just as a reminder, what exactly do you think we're here for? The food, Yuzuho declared. Good answer. You're a god, right? Yes, I'm the god of Tagami. Show some respect, girl. You're not very impressive. Tomomi was a straight talker, too. Shiro dropped on her knees and despaired theatrically. You look like an Really? You look like that ASCII art, Ors. I've heard about you from Professor Konno, but... I assume they mean, like, something like what I'm putting on the screen right now. Future self. Figure out what I'm supposed to put on the screen right now. Anyway, but what? Don't growl at me. I was just going to say, we can't do anything for you now. Are you saying we can't return my powers? Oh no. I get what she was talking about. ORZ. It's like a head. And, arms. And a Z is the legs. Future self. Like, clarify that on the screen right now. In post. Like, what am I even saying? But that is a really weird thing to bring up anyway. Are you saying you can't return my powers? I'm saying ritual is a ritual. You mean it's not the right time? For a human to reach out to a god, there are several steps that must be taken. It's a sacred ritual, and it must not be taken lightly. Tomomi may have dismissed Shiro as unimpressive, but she explains things carefully to her in detail. I admired the way she showed the courtesy to people willing to listen. Besides, Nanaki-san and Ruki-san will be busy the day the ritual is performed. The priestesses, I presume. Professor Konno and Masaki-san might understand this, but... Are you insulting my intelligence, girl? Shiro shook her library card at Tomomi. Tomomi glanced at me and laughed apologetically. As I listened to Tomomi and Shiro talk while the others enjoyed their walk on the island, I came to the conclusion that Dad's idea would work. Because the people here living in Rokushiki Island... Because for the people living here in Rokushiki Island, gods and rituals were treated like part of everyday life. It wasn't something symbolic or a traditional belief retained without substance. Everything was real. You're right, Shiro-sama. She spoke as if she had read my mind and come to a conclusion on her own. There is a god of this land. We could hear someone working with a hammer, getting ready for the festival. But the gods may not be the one I am looking for to help me. Why? I'm going to, like, wash my eyes out with soap and see if they work properly after that. Okay, I have metaphorically scrubbed my eyes out with soap and I am going to see if they work properly now. But that guy may not be the one I am looking for to help me. Why? It's just not the one. She looked at me as if she expected me to understand. I shook my head. I don't feel a single presence, I feel two. Is it because the god of Rokushiki imports other gods, as Dad described? That may be part of the reason, but I feel like this land is not in union. It's one, but it's not. That's contradictory. But I suppose contradiction is part of being what a god is. Being a god is. I'm not sure about the structure of this. It could be said that while we were still doing our fieldwork in this situation, I recalled another book I had read some time ago by a social scientist who talked about the structures of culture. Wow, it's really growing from your head. Tomomo was gently pulling on Shiro's ears while we talked about more serious matters. I can hide them the way Ao does, but for some reason the men seem to like it a lot, so I keep them out. Yeah, I told you this was going to be like Fanservice chapter. Nice. It's like those cat ear accessory items. You make me sound like a novelty. That was an odd stop to the chapter, but anyway, I'm gonna end this off here. I hope you all enjoyed that. My name is Dragonite, and I have been reading for almost 20 minutes. Wow. I will see you all later.